Welcome back to my channel and the third in a series of videos about the rebel New Zealand Cavaliers tour to South Africa in 1986. Today I will look at the fourth match of the tour against Transvaal. I will look at the teams involved, the lead up to the game, look at actual match footage and the reactions and media coverage after the match. Please subscribe to my channel to follow the rest of the series. The All Blacks selected a new halfback pairing in Dave Loveridge and Wayne Smith, with lock Andy Hayden captaining the team. They selected surprise by selecting the replacement for Annie Dalton, hooker John Mills, even though he only arrived in South Africa a day earlier. The coach of the Transvaal team, Prof Paul Pelser, and the captain's ace man Jannie Breed felt confident they could beat the Cavaliers, remarking that they have a plan or two up their sleeves. It would be Breed's and Fly of Skalknoude's second match against a touring team, having played against them for the junior Springboks in the first match of the tour.
As they geared themselves for the next match against their hosts, Transvaal. Dalton, his jaw wired up, still motivated his men.
Well, it's another hard game in our eyes. Regardless of what we read in the paper, that it'll be one of the easier ones. We're expecting a very hard game, and certainly the teams that have come out against us, regarding us as a New Zealand team, obviously, they're trying very hard, and I'm sure that Transvaal will be doing exactly the same tomorrow.
Back to the Golden City and another training session in the hot Highveld sun. Canterbury hooker John Mills joined the team as a replacement for Dalton and was pressed into action the very next day. Jock Hobbs took a break and Andy Hayden was named as captain. Transvaal's new skipper Jannie Breed expressed total confidence that his men would come out on top. He said they had a plan. Johannesburg, the city of gold, home of the Ellis Park Super Stadium, and of a team that could no longer be underestimated. A side that included ace goal kicker Skalknoude and a young flank forward named Val Bartman, who would later rise to greater heights, a man strangely not considered good enough for Transvaal earlier in the season. The referee that day would be Wynand Muntz, a Springbok himself for the Tour of New Zealand in 1965.
Under it, Alan Wetton, tackled there by Val Bartman. Robbie Dean's with it. This could be dangerous if Smith can open up. And then interception, under the post by Kutsia. Try under the post by Dean Kutsia. With the All Blacks trying.
And that try putting Transvaal into a 24-9 lead with only 8 minutes remaining. Although the New Zealanders forged back gamely to score true wonderful tries by that man Craig Green, they'd left their efforts too late, suffering their first defeat by 24 points to 19. Transvaal's guts had won the day, and 20 points from the boot of Skalknoude helped a bit too.
But advantage given for Carey out to Green on the left. Craig Green watches beautiful running. He dodges past Val Bartman inside again, and back it goes into Warwick Taylor. Warwick Taylor looking to pick up support. There is Wayne Smith there, taken by Hika Reid. Hika Reid to Shelford. A long one out here to Bryce Robbins on the right, but he cuts in. I think that was the wrong option perhaps, and that is Wayne Shelford with it. Shelford running, and out of here to McDermott. There's Hika Reid. Hika Reid is tackled by Mark Ferree, and still it goes on. Wayne Shelford with it, and McDowell going, and Shelford again. Now they'll want to set up the second phase. See Wetton is standing in the fly half position there. McDowell doing good work, trying to back it comes Loveridge, and a penalty will be given, but advantage is Bryce Robbins. Bryce Robbins trying to force his way back through there, and no advantage as the referee, and penalty for offside around the fringes of that ruck. What will they do? Well, they bash for the line, and that goes out to Shelford. Shelford held up a metre short. Andy Hayden is in there. Back to Hika Reid. Hika Reid going, trying to get over, but he's held up again. Back it comes. Loveridge Dumming going in the other way, and to Bryce Robbins. Robbins is held there. Transvaal in desperate defence, and it's all the All Blacks now. And Bryce Robbins in the thick of things, trying to get the ball back. Will it come back from this ruck? Referee waiting, looking to see if Transvaal are offside. He can read with it. Back it goes to Wayne Smith. Out to Pokeri. A long one. This must be a try. Up there on the left to Craig Green. This is his fifth try of the tour. Craig Green.
Referee Wynand Muntz, accused of killing the game with 31 penalties, didn't endear himself to the New Zealanders.
Mr. Muntz called the two captains from the dressing shed, Yanni Brett and myself, and described how he was going to interpret the rules on the day and what he wanted us to do. And he said he wanted us to discipline our own teams while he carried on refereeing. And I thought that was a good attitude. But then he continued with a long spiel about how good he was. And I thought, well, that's we're in for trouble today. So
yeah, the Transvaal game was one of those games where I guess on every tour you have them, you have a bad one, a real bad one, and that game was one of them. I'm not taking anything away from the Transvaal team. They played extremely well. They played, one would call a 10-man game where Nordia kicked a lot, but they won a lot of ball up front, especially at line-out time, and generally I think they outplayed us. I know we had the opportunity to win the game maybe through kicking penalty goals, but one can't blame Robbie Deans for missing those. A kicker has his off day, and I guess that was his off day, but even though if we'd have got those, I think we still might have been lucky to have won, especially the way we played. We had problems with the referee. He was very intent on blowing everything up, and which didn't suit our game at all, and generally we weren't happy with him at all. He allowed quite a bit of lifting the line out, which we hadn't really accepted as being part of the game at that stage. But still, apart from that, I don't think on the day we were good enough.
Professor Dan Spiegers, convener of the selectors, remarked as follows. Transvaal showed the way in how the visitors can be beaten. I learned a lot out of today's game. The Cavaliers showed weaknesses, especially in the lineouts. They will, however, be a different team coming the first test. Transvaal coach Prof. Paul Pelser, who played for the junior Springboks and also played against the 1949 All Blacks team for Transvaal, had the following to say after the match. We made a careful study of how the Cavaliers played, looking at videos of their matches. We targeted their scrums. I was worried about their rolling mauls, and we realised we must kill it at source. We also had to keep our mistakes at the minimum. Transvaal flanker and Springbok Val Bartman showing off the battle scars after the match. New Zealand teams were then known for how they would ruck players out of rucks with their boots. Bartman revealed the plan hatched by Transvaal to counter the visitors' dangerous rolling mauls. The Cavaliers forward with the ball had to be tackled to the ground and turned to Transvaal's side. The rest of the Transvaal forward pack then drove over the tackled player and the ball, giving the opportunity to offload to another forward to carry on the maul. The South African media had the following to say after Transvaal's victory. Our foundation for Transvaal victory was laid in the scrums and neutralising the Cavaliers' rolling maul and the kicking boot of Schalk Nordia. It was their first victory since 1928 over a New Zealand representative team. The Cavaliers paid the price for selecting hooker John Mills only one day after he arrived in South Africa. When Hika Reid came on in the second half, they were a different team. The Cavaliers did not convince in the lineouts. Their dangerous backline got slow ball from the forwards, and they only started to look dangerous towards the end when the Cavaliers forward pack gained the ascendancy. Their discipline was also lacking. This concludes the third part of the series. Next week I will look at the Cavaliers match against Western Province. If you enjoyed this video, please hit that like button and also subscribe to my channel.
Moenie die stryd van die reuse misloop nie. Die opwinding van internasionale rugby word aan u gebied deur geel bladsye.